Hello YouTube, and welcome to this medieval 2 Total War online battle. Somewhere in the grassy flatlands in Europe, we have a very mixed matchup of 3 factions. England, Venice, and France fight the Papal States, Egypt, and Milan. Something crazy must have gone down for France and Venice to get excommunicated by the Pope. And who is on Egyptian side, by the way, so I converted to Christianity. Anyway, today I'm playing with the English. My allies Drunky Poo and Laurie are using the Venetians and the French respectively. Our opponents are BG Fan, who's using the Milanese. The Papal States are led by Stin, and the Egyptians are led by Temujin. As you can see, this is quite a large battle. Things are gonna get quite hectic, but let's just start off with showing you the armies. Laurie here has a cav-heavy army. He's got 1, 2, 3 units of French mounted archers. He's got a couple of mailed knights, and then he has a lot of chivalric cavalry. And he's got 1 noble, 2 noble knights. So very heavy army, and if I remember correctly, yes, he has 1 more unit of dismounted chivalric knights. Venice has probably the most balanced army on the map. A bunch of spear militia. Got 1, 2, and 3 Italian spear militia. Some of the best spear militia in the game, actually. And then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dismounted men-at-arms. At the back, he has 2 Pavais crossbowmen, or crossbow militia, and behind that, he has 5 units of these Venetian archers, and they're very well armed. And at the back, he's got 1 more unit of Italian spear militia. As you can see, he does not have a single cav unit, and here at the front, he has a peasant giveaway unit. As for my army, well, I'm going to be the pin that holds our opponents in place. I've got a mix-up of archers, cav, and a little bit of infantry. I have 1, 2 levy spearmen, I think. Yep. And you can see that they're well upgraded from the armor and the helmets that they have. I've also got 4 units of these armored swordsmen, and 4 units of peasant archers, and then 4 units of longbowmen. So very archer-heavy skirmish army, and then I have a mailed knight and a general's bodyguard. Moving on to our opponents, the Milanese have brought a very wide assortment of spear militia. He's got armored sergeants, 2 of these. Let's see if he's got any more. So 4 armored sergeants. He's got a general's bodyguard. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 dismounted men-at-arms. And then he has 2 units of Genoese crossbowmen, who were probably the best crossbowmen in the medieval times. They were like a special ops kind of group. The Papal States have 3 units of mailed knight, a general bodyguard. They've brought the Great Cross just to emphasize how Christian they are. We've got 1, 2, 3 dismounted men-at-arms in the front, 3 armored sergeants. And as for the Egyptians, who's also probably one of the most balanced armies on the map, we've got a peasant archers unit, 3 desert archers, 2 tabarderia, very shock type heavy axe units, and we have got 4 units of heavily upgraded Saracen militia. At the back, what Egypt always needs to have is a very strong light cavalry contingent, so that's 3 Arabic cavalry, a bodyguard, and that's pretty much it. So this battle is a very long battle, and it was very hectic. We had 2 engagements pretty much that dwindled down later, but I'm going to pretty much fast forward in a lot of places because there's a bunch of stuff that it's just a complete waste of time. But a good thing to mention is that all the players that you see here are members of my Warband clan, PRT, and we're just messing around playing all the different types of games. So pretty much what we want to start out with is lining our guys up, seeing how our opponent's going to line up. And since Milan has a pretty long march, we tell the French player Laurie to send his mounted archers that way to disrupt the Milanese as they are marching, and he's going to do just that at the beginning. and as you can see, he is getting some nice shots on these armored sergeants, and our opponents are starting to line up slowly, and we, the Venetian side and the English side of our armies, have been put together. It's fair to note that the French guy does not have a single infantry unit except that dismounted chivalric knights. So this is essentially our line. I mean, it is very archer heavy. As you can see, you've got Genoese archer, longbowmen, peasants, and then you've got crossbowmen also. So it would have been nice if I maybe cut down on my peasant archers and brought some more infantry, because as you can see, my infantry is going to do a very important part in this battle. And if I had a little bit more, we probably would have been able to do things a little bit differently. So the lines have lined up, and you can see that these are very long lines. Medieval Total War is very epic when you do these huge battles, and very long lines indeed. And our line is a little bit more condensed because we've got ranks of archers, rank, and another rank, and then my infantry, and then the Venetian contingent. And at the end there, we've got those Pavlais crossbow militia, and then Italian steel militia at the back, just in case some cav gets loose. Initially, after that first motion and attack from the French player, we're going to see some smart usage of cavalry from the Papal States, and they're going to charge actually the archer line, seeing that there isn't really anything that we can do about that. So he is going to charge his guys in there, and he's getting shot by everyone at this point. 2 units of longbow and a peasant start to disrupt, and look how that kind of disrupts all our line. Now would have been a perfect time for the opponents to just attack, because we were in a stage of disorientation, but that doesn't happen. And what's going to happen now is that the Papal States are just going to chase these archers down. Eventually they're going to be dwindled down by more and more archer fire, and that they're just going to kind of leave themselves out of the battle for now. At the same time, I want to start an attack now because, you know, why not, right? We're just going to stand off here. I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but we need to get things rolling. You can see that this is why you need to bring Arab cavalry when you're in Egypt. You can catch missile cavalry, and those French mounted archers are already wounded, and now they're shaken, and they're being hit by these Arabic cavalry, who are pretty good light cav, very fast, very mobile. But now they're going to pull back, seeing that the French mounted archers are going to pull back behind our lines, and yeah. So we've also formed another line up here, and this is basically how the lines are going to assemble for a while. And we're not going to do anything. We're just going to stand there and skirmish as much as we can. You can see that at the back, that Papal States cavalry unit got destroyed, and now at the front we have just what it was a moment ago. We're just sitting there, not much is going on, and this is where there's some motion. The Papal States, which pretty much is the left flank of the enemy army, is going to move in towards us, and the Egyptians are also going to start to move in, and here there are going to be a plethora of mistakes. You can see I'm trying to desperately get my cavalry on the right because I want to do this cavalry engagement with the Papal States, but they're going to get caught on this armored sergeants unit. Sorry, they're going to get caught between these Papal Guard, which are very tough units. No, they're not. They're weak units, what am I saying? And these armored sergeants. So now it's like, okay, I'm stuck, and I'm not paying much attention because I want to line my guys up here, and I'm trying to convince my allies to push forward with me. But this is just going to be a horrible mistake, as I'm just going to get shot and then run back to the line. I finally see that my cavalry got caught, and then I'm going to go towards right here, try to assist the French player. I try to get some cav, and you can see that the battle has, the first stage and phase of the battle has initially started. I'm trying to bring whatever's left of my archers, because you can see that they have been disrupted by the Papal Guard, by the Papal States. Trying to get as much as I can towards the left to attack the Milanese player, but the Papal States player is giving us a very, very hard time. So right now, this cavalry battle here is very, very important. You can see Stin, the Papal States player, he just launches an attack on these guys here, and I don't even see them, so they're just facing back, and these middle knights are going to get mowed, and more casualties that I shouldn't take. But look how wide this battle line is. Like, I wasn't even paying attention. So at this point, we both agreed that we need to get rid of the Papal States, seeing that it's advanced, seeing that it is isolated from the rest of the line. If we can do that, then we'll have a better shot at dealing with the Egyptians. But we probably should have decided on that earlier, because most of my units have been hit hard by archers. So as you can see, these dismounted men-at-arms are fighting equals in the Venetians, and the Papal States General starts fleeing here. Unfortunately, we didn't kill him, but whatever. But you can see that the French have lost quite a big number of cavalry here, and now they're being attacked by this Papal Guard spearman unit from the back. And yeah, don't bring cav spam to battles like this. You need armies to be versatile. And so we have dealt with the Papal State infantry attack here. These are the strongest units that are routing, and I'm trying to chase them down. In comes a fresh group of units from the Egyptians, and at this moment we decided to just pull back as quick as we can and reform another line, because we cannot fight like this. It's too hectic. We need to present one line, seeing that we have succeeded in indeed routing the Papal State army. And so, as we are trying to run back, we're getting caught by these Tabarderia units, but we're also being shot at by these desert archers. We have some upgrades, you can tell, from this other cloak that they put on top of their robes. But anyway, one of our generals falls right there as the Egyptians try to catch us off guard, and yeah, that would be Drunk Kipu's general's bodyguard unit. And yeah, surprisingly, the French player's cav is pretty much decimated because he is fighting spearmen here, and he, I guess, decides not to do anything other than that. Whereas my army, my cavalry are still somehow surprisingly alive, and they're gonna get charged by this dismounted men-at-arms unit. And thankfully, I see that in time, and I'm gonna try to run out, which is also gonna cause me some casualties. But these remaining cav are actually gonna play a bigger role in the battle than you'd think. And so let's just fast forward here, and you can slowly see how another line is starting to form up at the back. The Milanese want to flank us. They know that the Egyptians have a numerical advantage, and so at this point in the battle, I need to engage the Milanese, give my Venetian guy some time to rest his troops, and if there are any, any more distractions in the middle, they're going to be able to, like if they attack right now, if they attack one of the Venetian or me together, in a combined effort, we will lose. So I need to take care of these Milanese, so I instruct my French player to send the rest of his cavalry to the left with my cavalry, and here are all my archers that are remaining, and they are shooting. They've been shooting all battle, and they're still doing some good casualties, and you can see that I'm focusing my attacks on the left, on this flank. My opponent's missile units are far behind, and I'm going to send my armored sergeants and armored swordsmen lines up. I'm going to engage, and then I'm going to start wrapping around with the spears, who are very winded, and you can see that this is a grind battle at this point, and this is where the essential moment in battle is going to come. You can see that these crossbowmen are shooting into my cavalry, and I need to just start doing something about it, and this is where the cavalry plays a very important role. When they do this charge over here, they're going to help instigate a major rout on the left flank, and you can see that the armored sergeants have started to rout, and look at this. Here at the backs are these dismounted men-at-arms, and I'm gonna actually let my cav do their thing for now. Sit down, and yep, you can see that we are starting to rout. And at this point in battle, with my archers remaining, I knew that the Venetian player could take care of the Egyptians, and that is what's going to happen. You're gonna see an engagement between the Egyptians and the Venetians. Because of all these Venetian archers shooting at the Egyptian infantry that tried to chase us back, the Egyptian infantry was very demoralized and very hurt. So it won't, like, look at this unit, 12. So you could tell that these units were being targeted. At the same time, I would have liked if my French ally did what I told him to do and helped. If he charged over here, I would have been able to salvage whatever remains of my army. And at this point, I'm gonna move my archers here and distract the desert archers so that the Venetian player, Drunkipu, can take care of the Egyptian infantry without any archer issues. You can see that some Arabic cavalry were still alive, and that they attacked the back line of these Venetian archers, which are very well armed, hold their own, push the charge back. And at this point, the Milanese player is going to reorganize his troops and attack. You can see that I only have like 4 horses left, and most of my troops are hurt. So the real battle now is taking place in the middle here, and that's where I should be focusing. The Saracen militia are going to get outnumbered.
Lord have mercy, we've lost half of our men.
You can just hear the guy saying that we lost half of our men, and these archers are getting hit hard by the longbowmen and the Venetian archers. Egyptian player sees this, and he's going to launch a strike with his bodyguard. And this also was a key moment in the battle where he's just going to run down all my archers. At the same time, on the other side of the field, you can see that the Milanese general has fallen.
Our men are under attack.
And
we need to act.
This battle here is just completely turned into a grind fest. And at this point, I really suspected that I was going to win. But you can see that my guys are winded and tired, they're unorganized, and they're being shot at. So they're not going to last for a long time. Whereas the Venetian player had some great success here. And he's going to push his advantage, try to get across. You can see that the desert archers have just jumped right into the mix. And so that general's bodyguard unit is still running down my archers. And if we can just fast forward here, you slowly see that the Milanese and whatever is left
our ally lies
of
dead, slain by the enemy.
is
we
going
must help his men
to die.
avenge
There
him.
goes the
Our
general.
cowardly allies have fled
And
the
the
field.
French army now
They're
routs.
craven and not fit to be called true men.
You can see that the Venetian is slowly pushing
Behold
his advantage.
how our cowardly foe runs.
And,
it's time to press the attack.
yeah, hectic battle. As you can see, they were like several stages, but I really enjoy these battles. I mean, just look at the bodies on this field, man. It's like, look at all these bodies. It's just such a massacre. And epic lines and epic large-scale battles are cool, and especially when this game is so beautiful. But anyway, you can see that the Venetian player still has a very large part of his army, and mainly due to the fact that he was the center. You know, we were the mobile part. He was the guy who was supposed to, you know, hold, and he did. He did just that. So with that, you can see that the Milanese player just has a little bit of units left. You know, little blotches and batches here. You can see the big grind fest took place at this position. And so the final charge is going to be these whatever left out units. And I didn't see my general there. He was just standing and being shot by these desert archers. And there goes the English general, which is symbolic of, you know, my troops, because I don't have anything left except these archers and these 2 horsemen. And so you can see that the Milanese guy is trying to get around somehow while he instigates a frontal attack, but these are crossbow. They won't be able to last against these dismounted men at arms. So let's just go ahead and fast forward to the end here. You can slowly see that the Venetian player pushes his advantage, you know, holds his place. Most of his guys are winded, and there goes the Egyptian general, and that is going to end things.
The enemy army, victory is
it
ours.
was a very nice battle.
Only by a sword's edge.
I'll try to post. We have these on very often occasions, so I'll try to post them as much as I can. If you guys like this sort of long thing, you can see that the most deadly player on the field was Temujin, who, as I pointed out in the beginning, had the most balanced army. Drunkipu had a lot of men. But that helped him secure victory in the end. Laurie maybe should have brought less cav. He did get more kills than me, so I can't really say that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the fight. Thanks for watching, and please look out for more videos from Gamer Booster. See you guys next time.